Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm going to be doing the Unpopular Bookish Opinions tag. Now, I've actually already done this tag on my blog, and I'll link the post down below, but I decided to do a video version, that way it's also an updated version, because it has been a while since I've done the tag. Now, if you don't know, this is a tag that has 9 questions, and they're basically controversial questions. It's your unpopular opinions about various books and bookish related things. So, quick disclaimer, these are just my opinions. You're welcome to agree with them, but you're also welcome to disagree with them. So number 1, is a popular book or a series that you don't like? And my answer for this one is going to be Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And I read this probably a year ago, and it was alright. I didn't really like it very much. I'm not a huge fan of contemporary to begin with, but I just felt like Kath as a main character was very forced. Like, Rainbow Rowell tried really hard to make her relatable, but unfortunately it was, as I said, it was too forced. It wasn't genuine. She was too awkward and too quirky, and I didn't really like it that much. It's got a lot of fans, everyone loves it, and the only other book I've read by Rainbow Rowell is Carry On, and I enjoyed that one a fair bit more, but I think it's because I enjoy fantasy a lot more than contemporary. The second question, it's a book you like but that everyone else didn't like. And for this one, I'm going to stray away from YA and go to adult fiction, and my answer for this will be The Lost World by Michael Crichton. A lot of people who like Jurassic Park didn't really like this book, and I think it stems from the fact that Michael Crichton was essentially pushed really heavily to write this book. He didn't choose to do it on his own, and that was following the success of Jurassic Park, so it felt a lot like an unnecessary sequel, and I do agree with that. I definitely didn't like it as much as I like Jurassic Park, which I've read probably like 10 times because it's one of my favorite books ever, but a lot of people hated this book. So the third question is a love triangle where the main character did not end up with the character you wanted them to, or an OTP you don't like. And honestly, I really don't have an answer for this. As a reader, I'm fairly easy to please when it comes to love triangles and OTPs and things like that. I pretty much go along with whatever the author is intending, so I've yet to read a series where I absolutely have hated who they've ended up with. So yeah, unfortunately I don't really have an answer for this one. So the fourth one is a popular genre that you don't really reach for. And for me, this will be contemporary. I very, very rarely read contemporary. I don't know why. The slice of life genre just really doesn't appeal to me. I'm more of a fantasy person. But yeah, I've read some contemporaries and I've enjoyed them, like Anna and the French Kiss and some other really light, fluffy ones. But I really, really have to be in the mood for them. So the fifth question is a popular character in a series that you don't really like. And my answer for this question is probably honestly going to be the most controversial of mine, and that's because my answer is Harry Potter. Now, the Harry Potter series is one of my all-time favorite series. I absolutely adore it, but as a main character, I really don't like Harry that much, especially in the later books. Now, in like the first couple books, I love him. He's fine, but as he ages and as the story progresses and it gets darker and darker, I stopped liking him as much. And it really stems from the fact that, like, later on in the series, he becomes a lot more egotistical and a lot more, I'm Harry Potter, blah, blah, blah. And I don't like how, especially later in the books, where all these tragic things are happening and affecting everyone, how he's basically like, no, you can't be sad, my life is worse. And I don't like that very much. That's why he's my answer for this question. Question number 6 is going to be a popular author that you just can't seem to get into. And my answer for this will be John Green. And now I've read The Fault in Our Stars. I read that a long time ago, and of course I cried like a baby. But I've just never really had a desire to pick up his other books, and once again, it's because I'm not a huge fan of contemporary. Also, from what I've heard, a lot of his books are pretty much just the same story, just rehashed with different characters. And I know a lot of his books contain the Manic Pixie Dream Girl trope, and that's just one of my least favorite tropes to begin with, so I've just never really had a desire to pick up any more of his books. The 7th question is a popular trope that you're tired of seeing. A popular trope I'm tired of seeing is extreme possessiveness and jealousy in YA books specifically. Now, don't get me wrong, it's also in adult books, but I see it a lot in YA books, and that's usually when there's a love triangle. The main character is trying to decide between 2 guys, and one of the guys is usually extremely possessive of her and jealous of the other guy, and I don't like that it tells young girls that it's okay when a guy tells you can't talk to anyone else, or it's okay when a guy starts acting crazy because he's jealous of this other dude. That's not how this works. if a guy is extremely controlling and possessive, that's abusive, that's not normal. And so seeing this trope a lot in YA fiction, especially where it influences young girls, is something I really, really want to stop. Question number 8 is a popular series that you just don't have any intention of reading. And my answer for this is also pretty controversial, and that's going to be the Mortal Instruments series. This book series is everywhere in the book community. Everyone seems to love it, but I haven't picked it up because it's intimidating. Like, I know there's the Mortal Instruments and then there's the Infernal Devices, and they cross over at some point, but this series is so long and so beloved that I'm intimidated by it. It's so hyped that I'm afraid that I'll be disappointed, and it's such a commitment with how many books there are that I haven't picked it up. Now, if it's your favorite series, you can try to convince me in the comments down below to pick it up, but as of right now, I have no intentions to. And the final question is, the book is not always better than the movie. So basically, it's a book-to-movie adaptation that you like the movie better. Now, I'm going to go a little off with this one, and I'm going to choose a TV series instead, and my answer is going to be Gossip Girl. And that's because I watched it last summer, and I binge watched it. I watched all of it in probably 2 months, and I loved it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's full of drama, it's ridiculous, the characters are over the top, what happens is over the top, but doesn't mean I don't love it. It was like a guilty pleasure, if anything. However, because I like the series so much, I decided to pick up the first book, and that was a mistake. The writing is it's bad. The characters aren't the same, and I definitely like the TV adaptation of it a lot more than the original series. So yeah, those are my answers to the 9 questions. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with what my answers are, or if you disagree, and we can have a pleasant discussion about it. If you've done this tag, link in the comments to either your video or your blog post about it, and I'll definitely make sure to check it out. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!